Okay, what is going on? What's up, tycoons? What is up, traders? For today's video, we're going to give an update on the Nervos network. CKB is the ticker symbol, and we're going to break down, all of the chart patterns that I see currently, the different signals that you can use for entries and exits using both the MACD and the relative strength index, as well as our major Fibonacci retracement levels. So you're going to learn a lot about this video, and you're going to be able to better understand some of the price action that you're seeing in CKB. So make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel, and we'll get straight into it. So initially, what we were looking at, okay, was this much larger bear flag. Okay, so if you take a look here, we have this large move to the downside, and we've been consolidating in this channel right here. As soon as we broke below this channel, we were going to be cautious and be on the lookout for a move to the downside, right? Because that's how a bear flag works. You have the bear flag, okay, and then you break down to the downside afterwards. What we've done is we're getting a break and a retest of the trend line. If you zoom in a little bit, the first thing I want to go over really though is going to be your Fibonacci retracement levels, these three. Now specifically, the ones you want to pay attention to are your 61.8% level, your 50% level, and your 38.2% level. So what we see is we're taking our swing high from up here, okay, and connecting it down here to our swing low. And nothing's going to move in a straight line up or a straight line down. You're going to get a move up, retrace, continue higher, or a move down, retrace, continue lower. You can spot a reversal, however, whenever you break through those retracement levels, right? So that's what it would look like to the downside, and to the upside, it would look something like this. That's what we're looking for currently, is a possible reversal. We're very close to breaking out. But back to how the fibs work. You see, we move down, we retrace up here to our 50% retracement level, and then continue lower, right? And so now we have a new swing high and a new swing low. Okay, and what we do is we come down, we retrace up, get rejected at the 50% retracement level again, and head back lower. Now we have a new swing high and a new swing low. We come down, we retrace, and we come to the 50% retracement level and continue heading lower, right? So now let's zoom in to our current price action and take a look at what we have done. Now, on a smaller scale, what we were able to do is we were able to break past our three major retracement levels, right? So we had our swing high up here, we had our swing low. We were looking to see if we were going to come down, retrace, and continue heading lower, or if we were going to consolidate and get that reversal. And sure enough, we did get a reversal. So we've started a little bit of an uptrend on the shorter scale, right? So we have a high here. We now have a higher high over here. We have a low here, we have a higher low here, and we have a higher low here. So we're looking to see if we're going to be able to establish a new higher high somewhere up here in this range. Now pay close attention to our bearish channel trend line that we just went over and just highlighted, okay? You see, we came down, all right, we've come up and we've retested this trend line twice now. So we need to be very cautious if this is a breakdown, retest, and then just a continuation lower for that bear flag. Now, these were our smaller retracement levels. Let's actually go into how you can spot these potential reversals before they happen. So take a look here. We have what's known as a low and a lower low, right? So clearly the token is in a downtrend, okay? But if you take a look at your relative strength index right here, we have a low, and instead of making a lower low, right, we actually created a slightly higher low at the same point where we made the lower low on the token, on the price of this token. This is known as bullish divergence when you're making lower lows, okay, but you're making a low here and a higher low. It's an indicator that you may see some bullish activity in the future, right? And then you can also look at your MACD right here, and you can use this to spot entries and exits. So an entry signal is going to be when this blue line crosses above the orange line. So notice first, right, what do? We get the bullish divergence. Then second, we come over here and we get a MACD buy signal, and you see we're able to push up and really break through our major retracement levels. Now, if we zoom out on a larger scale, okay, what we're doing is we're actually testing our major retracement levels for the much larger move down, right? So we take our swing high from here. You see we have this impulsive move to the downside. Okay, we've retraced up twice to our 61.8% retracement level at 3585. That is our major resistance level that we need to break past. Now notice how well we're respecting the levels right now. So we bounced off of 0.003004, okay, and we're currently battling 0.003294 as resistance, okay. These levels have been well respected here and here, okay. And the reason being is because, you know, about 70% of trading is done by algos, whether you believe it or not. So this is true in the stock market and the cryptocurrency market. So it's good to start, instead of just drawing your own naked support and resistance lines, right, by like using your eye, right, and say, oh, hey, well, here's a resistance line right here, you know, and it's, yeah, it works, but it's very useful to, you know, start using the fib tool. Okay, so that's going to be this tool right over here. Very useful. And then these are the three most important retracement levels, most well respected. So, you know, we got the bullish divergence, we got the MACD buy signal, and we've got a very impressive move to the upside. Now we need to be cautious of these two trend lines right here. This is a pattern known as a rising wedge, and it is actually a bearish pattern. As price action you know, consolidates and gets tighter in here, we need to see it break out of here, right? We don't want to see it break this trend line here to the downside. If we do, we could see what happened previously in the past, right? So let's take a look at that real quick. If you come over here, in a previous video, we highlighted another similar rising wedge, right? And so what we had was we're coming in here, and then we broke that trend line and we got a sharp move to the downside, okay? Notice how on here, we also got a MACD sell signal, right? So number one indicator was we had this bearish chart pattern forming. Number two was the MACD sell signal, the blue line crossing below the orange line. So when it crosses above, that's your entry signal, right? That's a possible entry signal. When it crosses below, that's a possible exit signal, okay? So if you really summarize everything and really just kind of grasp all of the concepts, right, what you're seeing over here is initially we had bullish divergence, okay? So we had a low here, a lower low here. We came down. Token is in a downtrend, but we had a low on our RSI and a higher low on the RSI. Now we have bullish divergence, okay? Then shortly after that, we also got the MACD buy signal. We see it dips down below the orange line and curls back above. At the same time, we have bullish divergence. So now we have two things indicating some possible bullish activity. We go on a very nice rally to the upside. And then we get the bearish chart pattern, okay? Then we get the break of the trend line right here. Trend line breaks. We get the MACD sell signal right here. Now we have two signals indicating bearish activity. We come down. Take a look here. We have a bearish divergence next, right? So a bearish divergence is going to be a high, okay, and then a higher high on the token. So clearly it's in an uptrend now, but what we're seeing is a high here and then a lower high on the relative strength index. So lower highs on the RSI plus higher highs on the token price is going to be bearish divergence. And sure enough, you know, we end up pulling back very strongly. Okay. So, you know, wrapping things up into conclusion of where we're at now, we need to pay attention. Okay. We just went over the MACD and really explained how the MACD works. Look at where the blue line is respective to the orange line right now. It's actually testing it. Okay. So we want to see this, you know, continue to curl back up and go upwards. We don't want to see it curl down. If it curls down, there's a good chance that we could end up breaking this trend line and getting some type of a pullback and a possible trend continuation. Because remember, on the larger trend, okay, we are in a downtrend retracing healthily, and then this could be a continuation to head down lower if we end up getting that MACD sell signal. So pay close attention to the MACD, especially on the daily chart. And then, you know, we don't have a bearish divergence currently, but we want to be cautious because look at what the relative strength index looks like right now. If you zoom out a little bit, it kind of looks like a head and shoulders pattern, doesn't it? Right. So we'll go ahead and draw that out. We have our left shoulder right here. Here's our head. We came down. Now we're forming a right shoulder. We need to be cautious. If this thing starts to pull back and then we get the MACD sell signal, you know, it's going to look like a head and shoulders right here on the RSI. And then, you know, this is going to be a MACD sell signal if it crosses below. And then we also have the bearish chart pattern forming. Okay. So I'm not completely bearish, right? A lot of things are very bullish in the market. We could continue heading upwards. I just want you guys to be able to spot the signs and spot the signals of potential pullbacks and potential entries. Okay. So hopefully you enjoyed this video and you learned something new. If you did, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. I do viewer requests every single week. So if you want to see your ticker, your cryptocurrency in the next video, all you got to do is comment down below and I'll make a video on it in the future as soon as I can. And if you made it this far, I really appreciate it. You're probably going to enjoy one of these next 2 videos as well. So make sure to click on those.